Hello, my name is Eduardo, and today I am here with another tutorial, and this tutorial it is today for Thunkable, okay? But it is also possible to follow this tutorial using App Inventor. And today we're going to make a fidget spinner, fidget spinner, okay? Well, I'm going to make this because these days I didn't make a video, okay? I was working with my kids. If you know, my kids have a channel, okay? And well, we were making some fidget spinners, okay? Without these bearings and these things, okay? So I was kind of busy with them, okay? Working with these things. And also, we were making like an app, okay, for App Inventor that it's quite a fidget spinner. It is not like wow, super cool, but I guess it is like quite working, okay? And I will show you how to make your fidget spinner, okay, for App Inventor or Thunkable, okay? Well, I will show you just the app. I will share the link with you for this app that it's in Google Play. And believe me, you will help me a lot if you try it. It is nothing fancy or super special or anything at all, okay? It is just a simple app, okay? That is just like a fidget spinner, okay? So you have here the image, sorry for the ads. You touch to start. Then you have the spinner, you can change the skin, different spinners. And that's it, okay? So basically that is the idea. So you just swipe in here and then it starts to move. Please guys, try to check the app in the Google Play. I will share the link with you here in this video, okay? Check it. And you will help me a lot if you just download and try it and give me a good comment, okay? Please guys. I know, okay? I just want you to help me with this part, okay? So, well, anyway, if you want to uninstall it, that's okay. I understand. This is the very useful, not very useful app, okay? So, well, if you just, as I told you, you have to swipe. Obviously, I have to tweak some things, okay? Because sometimes it's quite slow. I'm trying to make this with my mouse, but if you do it with your fingers, it goes faster. So that's the idea. You can change the skin and it has something that it's counting your laps, okay? So to make it a little bit interesting, maybe you can have a competition about who's like the guy who can make more laps or whatever, okay? So I will show you in this video just something about how to make this thing move, okay? So and that's it. And the other things about changing skins and the etc. you can just like figure it out. Well, so let's start the video, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do, we need a fidget spinner, okay? So we need that thing. So let's go to Google, okay? So I will share you. I did this one in Inkscape, but we're not going to make that thing, okay? So first, let's go to Google and just let me hide this part. Then we're going to go to Google. So I am here in Thunkable. We open a new window and we're going to go to a fidget spinner. Let's see if we can find something front. I like this one. Okay, so which one, guys? So what do you think about this one? Quite good, right? We're going to copy this and we're going to send it to Inkscape. I will explain you why. So well, we have it in here. Let's go here to my cell phone and let's start with a Thunkable. We have Thunkable over there and that's it. Well, before we start working with Thunkable, check. I sent this to Inkscape because I need to check something that is very important. This is an image, okay? This is an image. It is not like transparent. So we can go to GIMP and make it transparent, okay? So, or you can like trace this thing and make it transparent. So you can just make your own thing, okay? So I guess I can go to Inkscape and maybe make it transparent. I guess that's the best option for me right now, because it's easier for me. You can make it also here in Inkscape, but I guess for me it is easier to do that. Okay, so the first thing is to get your image and make it transparent. So here we go and paste. So we have here this beautiful thing. We just use this, the magic wand. We just select this, even the holes, and we just use select, grow 1 pixel. We just hit here, select invert, Control C, Control V. We paste this into a new layer, and that's it. Okay, so we have this part, and just give me a second. Sorry about that, it's because I heard a noise here and maybe it was something, but it was nothing. So well, you have this thing transparent, you can just delete this layer, and you can also check and you can make maybe, I don't know if you can color something black. Yeah, you can color it. So let's add some color, maybe purple one, maybe here. I guess I like that one. Maybe just here, contrast, a little contrast. I like that thing. Then we're just going to export this. I can actually copy, just Ctrl C, and I guess it's going to respect here the transparency. Yeah, check. Now it is transparent. So we can just get rid of this thing. And now I am using this Inkscape because I need to see something. First, the size. We want a big spinner, okay? So we don't want to have problems with pixels, so we are going to set it to 512 times 512. That's it, square. Okay? Now, if you click again, you will see the center of the image. If you see this is not properly aligned, the center of the spinner has to be here, because if not, when you spin it, it will spin really weird. Check, it is not like from the center. So the idea is that it has to be centered in here. How to make that? The first thing is that we are going to make a circle here. I'm going to make a circle, and this is going to be my new center. So check. I'm going to use white, make it white. So now I just try to imagine where is the center of my spinner. So I can make here a similar circle to this. That's it. Maybe a little bit transparent, just to see if it's like perfectly aligned with the real one. The shape is a little distorted, I know. Not perfectly like circle, it looks like an ellipse, but don't worry. Now this is the center. This is the real center of the spinner. So we're going to drag here two guidelines, another one, and that's it. We have the center right now. Now, how to make the center of this image in Thunkable or Inkscape, in Thunkable or App Inventor? Well, we need to make a trick. We're going to drag here another square, but it has to be square, square, square. Then we're going to set it here, a color gray, transparent. Make sure it is the same size, so it is like square, square, square. And then we are going to make it big. And using this one, I'm going to create the center for the image. Check, the center is not aligned. So maybe if I move it here, if I move it here, quite the thing. Okay, now it is in the center, but if you check, it is not like it's not covering this part. So to make it bigger, we are going to press Shift and Control, and we are going to drag this part. Now let's see over there. Now here we have the center. So I know it looks weird, but I guess this is the way to have this image center, because Inventor it will detect this center of the image. Okay. So now, what's next? We're going to send this to the background. Okay. So we have it over there, and then we are going to set it to transparent. Then, just selecting this, we are going to remove the stroke. And then we're going to check the size of this thing. It is 612. So it is not the thing that we want. We are going to select the other one. And then we're going to group. We're going to go Object, Group. And then we're going to set the size to 512 times 512. That's it. Now, if we try to center this thing, it will be like center. Okay, now we need to export this image, because now we have the center here. Check, if I just click here, this is the real center of the spinner. So now we're going to select the image, and it's selecting all of these things. This is transparent. We're going to export it. We're going to export it as spinner. Okay, spinner PNG or whatever you want to call it. This is a very important step, guys, to have a very good rotation effect. So I know it was quite tricky or weird, or maybe it was my explanation, but the idea is to have a center image, because that's the way the spinners work, okay, with the center. So now, Papa, Android, AppyBuilder, and then we can create, I guess I have one that is a spinner. Fidget Spinner. I don't know what is it, but well, let's create a new folder. Guys, I will share this file with you. I mean, the resource file, the images, and everything that we use here, if this video gets to 25 likes. Okay, but if not, you can follow the tutorial and you can make it yourself. Don't worry. Spinner 01, and it's a PNG, and we click export, and we're ready to go to Thunkable. We can close this guy, or you can leave it like that, okay, and you can make more colors, etc, 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 but we're going to leave it like that. We go to Thunkable, we start a test, and then we go in here and we open this thing. Okay, just let me check. So well, that is the idea, guys. I mean, it is not like perfect. Maybe you can work more, or you can have a different way to have this kind of spinner thing. Okay, so I just it was because of my kids. They asked me to try to make something. Okay, so it was for that. So, and let's see what's happening now. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to start this, and just make the screen stay awake for more than 20 minutes. So sleep after 30 minutes. I guess that's okay. So we go to Thunkable, we check this, Buck, Dick, and we just wait that this thing works. I guess yes, it's working. We just refresh the screen, or we change this to landscape. Sometimes I have this kind of bug or error. Then we're going to set it to responsive because we want to use percentages, center, and that's it. Now we're going to work here. Let me make this thing a little bit bigger, 80%. Now the layout, the first thing is we're going to drag here an horizontal arrangement. We're going to set it to center, center. We're going to set the height to 70% and the width to 90%. That's it. We're going to change the color, I guess. That's okay for now. Then we draw something in drawing an animation on the left side here. You go for a canvas to have some kind, this is for the animation of the fidget. We're going to set it to, if this is 70, 90, so we're going to set this to 65 and 85%. Okay, and now the horizontal arrangement, let's change the color to something dark gray and the screen to green, black, and that's it. And this area of for the spinner, let's keep this thing in white. No, what about gray? Let's use everything dark. Well, we have the area, we are ready to start. We need an image sprite, and this image sprite is for our spinner, so we can call it fidget spriter instead of spinner. That was very funny. Then we're going to upload the file that we just made in Inkscape, that is here, documents, Papa, and then we go to App Inventor and Fidget Spinner, or I call it spinner. I guess it's a spinner. Yeah, it's in here. This image, then we just upload and we just wait for this huge image to load. Beautiful. Well, now let's go here now to the screens. We click here on blocks, then we go to the blocks designer, blocks designer. Now the first thing is just to give a size for our sprite. Okay, so we're going to start creating something to initialize everything. So to do that, we're going to go to a procedure, and we're going to create this procedure, and let's call it start, or start everything, start or initialize, I don't know, let's call it start. And the first thing that we're going to drag here, it's a property here for the sprite. The first thing that we want is that sprite rotates when we change the heading. Okay, so we're going to set this to true. Also, we're going to set the size for the sprite. If you check the sprite, it is like square, so it is the same size for the width, for the height. So we just need to calculate one. So we're going to calculate the height based on the percentage of the canvas. So we're going to drag here from the canvas the height of the canvas, and we're going to multiply this to obtain the percentage or a value. So I want to use from this space, maybe, you know what, maybe the width. It's better the width. I have a better vision from the width. So width and canvas width. So from this area, I want my spinner to take this part. So maybe it is like the 80% of the canvas. 0.8, it is equals to 80%. Okay, if I want the 8%, it's 0.08. That is 8%. So check the difference between 0.8 and 0.08. This is the 80% of the. Now for the height of the sprite, it is a square, so we just need to set it the height to the width. So we're going to set the height to sprite width that we just calculated, and we will have a perfect thing like that. So we just can do it. We can do it. Okay, and we're not going to see this thing right now because they are over there. So now we need to place it. We need to place them in the center of the canvas. To do that, okay, the center of the canvas is the 50%. Okay, So we're going to make something similar to this. We're going to duplicate this one, and we're going to go for the x variable and the y variable. We can use move to, okay, also. You can move to x. The x, it has to be set based on the width of the canvas. Okay, and we're going to make this. To calculate it in the center, it has to be this value, the canvas width, times the 50% minus, and we're going to use here, minus the image sprite. We're going to duplicate this one. The width of the image divided by 2. Okay, in that case we're going to have it center, perfectly centered. For the y, it is quite the same. We just use the height. Height 50% and height 50%. And then we have just this procedure. Then we are going to call this procedure when we initialize the screen. Okay, so now let's go here to this is not heading, sorry, it is height. Sorry, be careful guys. Okay, so fidget spinner height, so I was just checking the value, and then we're going to go to this. So I guess we are ready almost to start. We're going to set the picture to spinner height, and then we need to check what else. We're going to refresh the screen. 60. We have some values over there. We have the blocks. We can just use the initialize, and I forgot this image. Well, good thing I didn't close this. I was check everything that it's close the image. It has to be like that. Okay, so well, we're going to replace that thing, so we have to do it again. So let's go here again and replace this image because it has that horrible part of the circle. Documents, Papa, App Inventor, Spinner. We're going to replace. We just set export, replace, yeah please, that horrible thing, and we're going to upload it again. Little mistake guys, little mistake. Yes, I accept this thing. Then we're going to refresh the screen to see if we have corrected that error, that kind of graphical over here. And then we're going to add the initialize screen, initialize. Then we're going to drag this procedure. We refresh the screen just to see if everything is working properly. And that's it. Spinner is center right now. Now what's next? The next thing, okay, it is to start moving things. Okay, so well, for moving things we need sensor, we need the clock. And then we're going to disable the clock because we're not going to have it activated when we start the app. So what's next? Well, we are gonna move this friend when we use the canvas flunk. Okay, when we touch a canvas, it is not necessary to touch a sprite and move it. Okay, so just to make it easier for people, flunk, and we're going to use this. In the flunk we have a value that's called speed. That it's going to be very helpful for us. We're going to create a variable. Oh, sorry. For variable, we go here, variables, initialize a global. Okay, and this variable, it will be called rotation speed. Rotation speed, and we're going to initialize this variable to 0. Okay, then we're going to create well, this variable. It will change based on the speed. Okay, so we're going to change here with the speed, and then we're going to modify it. But first, I'm going to make it like that. Okay, when we flunk, okay, when we make this kind of sliding thing, we want to use the speed of the flunk that is detected by Thunkable or App Inventor. Okay, now there is another thing that we need to do. Okay, so we have to use the clock now to change values. So when we touch the clock is disabled right now, so we can just enable it. So, but I guess, yeah, let's enable the clock when we make a flunk. Enable the clock, true, that's it. Now we're going to create here a condition. On this condition, it will tell us we're going to detect this thing if, and we're going to use minus, okay, if the image sprite heading. The heading is when you are rotating this, where this sprite is facing. Right now, at the beginning, if you check, this is facing 90 degrees, so I didn't set that. You just go to heading and we set it to 90. Okay, right now it is changing, okay, because I just set this property that it's like rotation, okay, that it's rotate, okay, so that's why. So, and then we're going to move this little by little, so we're going to set it to 0 right now, okay, so well, we have it to 0, so let's keep it like that. So that means that it's facing over here, so that is the thing, okay. So we can correct this thing if we go to Inkscape and we just rotate this the fidget, okay. But I guess for now we will keep it like that, okay. So well, let's go here to Thunkable, and then we're going to start like moving with the condition. We're going to change check the heading from the sprite. If the heading of the image, remember the heading is from 0 to 360, okay, degrees, like a circle. It's less than 360. We're going to check again another condition, second condition. We're going to check if this value is like less than 360, and we're gonna change check the rotation. So we're going to use here if the rotation of the image, okay, the rotation speed, it is bigger than 0, that means that it's moving or we flunk. So we're going to set the rotation speed. We're going to set the rotation speed, okay, or we're going to start like reducing this speed, okay, because we don't want to have an eternal movement of this thing. So we're going to add something to start like slowing the rotation speed, that it's called in real life like friction. So friction with the air, friction with the device, with anything, okay. So friction, it start like reducing speeds, okay. So and we can set this friction to 0.1. So let's set it to 0.1 right now. Then we're going to change the rotation speed. We're going to start like decreasing this value, okay. So we're going to start like decreasing this value. So rotation speed minus the friction every time the clock cycles. We check this clock settings, and we're going to set it to, I guess it will be okay if we set it to 10. And then we're gonna go to we're going to change the global the rotation speed, or the heading, I mean, sorry, to the global rotation speed, okay. But we're going to change the current position, or the current position of the heading, sorry, plus the speed. Plus, we're going to check this, duplicate this one, the heading plus the global speed. Else, if this value it is bigger than 360, we're going to set else. We're going to set the image sprite heading to, image sprite heading minus negative 360. Okay, so we don't want this value to be like increasing. Okay, so that's the idea. Well, then we're going to change it. We can change it to the rotation speed. So now let's see what we have now. So I guess check it. This is beautiful. So now maybe speed it is not enough to move this thing. We can do many things. We can reduce the friction, for example 0.01. So let's see what's happening now, and it's spinning better. And if we flunk faster, it is spinning much better. I guess it looks better even than in my real app. Now, what can we do to improve the speed? Well, we can go to flunk, and then you have speed. So what if we just modify a little bit the speed? What if we modify the speed times, let's get the global speed times 5. It's just to a value. Oh man, this looks very good. Now friction, it is not enough to stop this guy. We can go here to global rotation speed. You can see the value, it is just 30. It's getting smaller, but really small. So this is a very nice spinner with a lot of grease or oil or something, because it is spinning very fast. Okay, so we can just reduce this value maybe to 3 times. Okay, that's something that you can do. Now we can just check that it's reducing speed. We can change this to 0.05, and it looks much better. So now our spinner is just like moving a little bit. So now again I just change, and we need more speed to make it fly faster, maybe because I just increased the friction. So let me check. Then you do it like this. So what do you think, guys? But that is another thing that we can make. Okay, so we can just try. As you see, we don't have anything about motion blur. Okay, so what can we do? Well, maybe we can go to GIMP, and we can add another sprite. Okay, so I guess we are going to try it. I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay, so we're going to open a GIMP. So we go to GIMP. I guess I close GIMP, and then we're going to open this image. We go to GIMP. Okay, just to finish this. Don't forget to check my app. Okay, and give a like and share this video if you like it or not. Okay, now we go here to open. Okay, we're going to open, and we're gonna look for this file that I just created. Sorry, slow machine. Then we go here to Papa, App Inventor, and then we go to Spinner, and then we are going to check the working image, that it's this one. We're going to open this thing, and we're going to save it as a new file, Spinner02. Now, to make it more interesting, we're going to add here a kind of motion blur. Okay, so for this motion blur, we are going to duplicate this one, just if we make something bad. We're going to duplicate this, and we're going to add some blur. We can add here the blur. We have a lot of blur over there. So now maybe if it's spinning, it is not like looking so bad. Now we are going to just make it transparent, this one, and then we're going to add some I don't know if we can have like here, maybe go here to Gimmick. Gimmick, it is just a set of plugins that are going to help you. So here we are, and then we can go for I guess it's here, blur, radial, and then we have this ugly effect. It's not very good. I don't know if this is gonna work. I didn't like a lot. So let me check again. So blur, center, sharpness, no sharpness, value action, no. It is okay. No, it's okay in 50. Let me check angular. I guess this is better. So let's use this one. And then we are going to make transparent the regional. And then we're going to add here just this to smudge this thing. We're going to make a big pencil here, then here, and this thing. I guess it looks like that. I guess that's okay. Then we check maybe another of these ones. Then we just make it stronger. This also. And we're going to add more motion blur or something. We just remove something from the edges here with the eraser, soft eraser. We're going to remove. Then we go to the other layer. This one. Then we take this one again. We smooth things. And then we just add the motion blur, well, this Gaussian blur. I guess that's okay over there. It looks a little bit less uglier. Okay. Now let's save this thing. Okay. We're going to export this and Spinner 02. Export. That's okay. We go to here to Thunkable. We are going to upload this file, and then we are going to use this one, Spinner 02. Then we just go here, and now what's next here? Just to see this thing, okay, we need to check if the speed of the global rotation, and we're going to insert here another if condition. So if the if condition of the speed, okay, so we need to check which speed do we have. So now to do that, we are going to spin this thing. Oh, let me remove this because if not, it is not going to work right now. So we need to move. Let's move it faster. Okay, now let's check the speed. Here, more or less the speed it is equals to 28. So if we have a speed that it's bigger than 25, we are going to use this image that is from the motion blur, 25. Okay, so if the image it is more than no more, I said more, or bigger than. So if the rotation speed it is bigger than 25, I want to use this thing. Okay, so I want to move actually I want to move this thing no matter the thing, but if the speed is bigger, I want to change the sprite, the image, okay, the picture. So we're going to go here to picture, we're going to set the picture to Spinner 02, Spinner 02, Spinner 02 PNG. Okay, else that means if the speed it is less than this value, we are going to set this to the original image, Spinner 1, and that's it. Okay, so let's see if this thing is working or not. Oh, that's holy. Okay, maybe we need to fix something. This is terrible, it looks awful. It looks really slow. Now we need to check the speed. Speed it is 41. It's very fast, but it is not like looking very nice. Maybe for the transparency or something. So you know what? Let me check it to the original one. So maybe the condition it is not quite working with this. Let me check. No, I guess it's not going to work like this, guys. So anyway, it's better if we don't have this condition, because if not it will be like checking and checking and checking this thing. Okay, so I guess that's okay. So we just can add a counter for the labs and anything. Okay, so and I guess that's all for this tutorial. Okay, this is the way you make a fidget spinner in Android App Inventor or Thunkable or whatever you call it. Okay, it's quite interesting. You can just add some things like changing skins. Okay, so you can add some noise to make it more interesting. Okay, so well, and you can also change the direction of the heading. Okay, detecting the flunk. Okay, the direction of the flunk. I guess that's something that you can make. Okay, so well, anyway, my name is Eduardo, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I will see you next time. And please don't forget to like this video, and if you have some time, please visit my the Play Store, okay, and check this app, download this app, and give a nice comment, okay, a review or something, okay, so that will help me a lot. And I will share the file for you, I mean the image or this that we use in this video, if we get 225 likes in this video. Okay, so please don't forget to check these things, guys. Okay, check also my Patreon page if you are interested. So my name is Eduardo. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching this. See you.